Alright, let's add some host information to our property page. After all, you kind of want to know if you're sleeping in the bed of a saint or a psychopath. Just like the last lesson, we'll be importing a new file into the index. This should be fairly familiar by now, so I'm just going to whip through it pretty quick. Download the new user file from the lesson description and take a peek. As usual, we have an array of objects. We have our standard object ID, the date they joined, the host name, their image, total number of reviews people have left for their properties, and the description. The property to really take note of is the home ID. Notice it's an array, since a user can have more than one property. What's interesting is that when we import this into Algolia, it's expanded, so searching for homes A or B will return this result automatically. Create a new index in Algolia called users and import this file. And then we'll click upload. Now go to configuration and facets, and we'll add the home ID to the facet list so we can filter these users by their properties. Click review, save in settings, and save settings. Bam! Record speed. Nicely done. Now the fun begins. We're going to be doing almost exactly the same thing as we did with reviews, only with users. So let's go back to our plugin and copy the get reviews by home ID function and name it get user by home ID. Now let's update the name of our index in our fetch statement. Change reviews to users. Now, whenever we look for a user based on a home ID, we should only get one. So we really don't need the hits per page part. So let's remove that. Let's add this new function to our inject at the top. And let's save. Alright, so far so good. Now let's use this data in our property page. Let's go back to async data. Let's copy the review part again and rename it with user instead. Now we just need to return the user JSON. Remember, we should only have one user per property, so it should be safe to return the first result. Add a new property in our return called user with the first hit of the JSON response. Okay, let's add this data to our template so we can see what we're dealing with. Under our reviews div, add an image with its source bound to user.image. And save. Let's check this out in the browser to see if we're on track. Looks good. Now let's add the user's name. Then add the date they joined. We'll use the format date function and pass it the join property from the user object. Now let's add the review count. And let's add the description. Alright, let's save and take another look. Nice. Alright, that was pretty easy. Almost too easy. In the next lesson, let's explore something that's lurking beneath the surface that could cause problems for your visitors.